Do you like my super frizzy hair? I am going to be dyeing my hair today, this unicorn hair, and it's like a purplish color. What's it called? Chocolate cherry. And the instructions say to put it on clean, unconditioned, dry hair. So I washed it, and because it needs to be clean, I didn't put any of my curly mousse or any product in it. And this is what my hair does when I let it do its own thing. So, yay, yay, frizzy hair. Okay. I wanted to try something a little different with this video. I am going to do a full week vlog of everything that I eat. I don't know if this is something that I will continue to do after this video. I'll see how this week goes. If it's too much for me, then I will just go back to just filming whenever I feel like it and not sticking to a schedule, or try to come up with some other schedule that works better for me. I'm still pretty new about this and deciding how I want to handle this whole channel thing. For me, my biggest focus is the diet and losing the weight, and the channel is secondary to that. I just thought it would be fun to share my journey so that others can follow along, and so that I can go back and watch my progress. So whatever I end up doing after this video is a week of everything that I eat and maybe some other vloggy stuff thrown in. And I'm going to start by my weigh-in. I think I'm going to do weighing in today and then again in a week, and we'll see what 1 week of eating does. So my weight this morning was 247 pounds, which is up 0.2 from a couple days ago, but that's okay. Fluctuations happen. And I'm sure that in a week I will see a change for the positive, so it will go down, and we'll see how it goes. I started my breakfast with a bowl of instant oatmeal and a half cup of almond milk. I was still a bit hungry, so I also had a fried egg and half of a black bean brownie. This was supposed to be my snack, but it turned into my lunch: jicama, carrot sticks, and apple slices. Before dinner, I put the dye in my hair. And for dinner, I had 2 slices of pizza, some cantaloupe, more than is pictured, I started eating before filming, some Caesar salad, and a breadstick. Here's my hair after I rinsed the dye out. It's kind of hard to see the purple while it's wet, but here it is after it dried quite a bit. It's more vibrant than it looks in the picture. I had calories for a sweet treat, so I squished some sweet potato onto parchment and topped it with chocolate chips. Put that in the air fryer on 400 for, I think, 17 or 18 minutes, and it turns out to be this crispy, gooey, chocolatey, sweet deliciousness that I really enjoy. Okay, to wrap up the day, I had a total of 1,711 calories with 53 grams of protein and 24 grams of fiber. I enjoyed everything I ate. I dyed my hair, and that is it for the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 2 of my week of eating. I shampooed my hair and a lot of color came out, because after after I dyed it yesterday, the box just says to rinse it out and not shampoo yet. So I waited until this morning to shampoo it. So the color is a little more subtle. Plus, it's still kind of wet. It will brighten up a bit as it dries. But yeah, still very lovely purple. And I wanted it more subtle anyway. I was kind of surprised at how vibrant it was last night. I don't know if it really showed up on the video, but yeah, this is my purple hair. It's kind of fun. Today is Sunday, so we have church, and I'll be playing the piano for a couple of musical numbers, and then we just have the rest of the day. I don't really have any specific plans for what I'm going to eat, except that I know I'll have oatmeal for breakfast because I have oats for breakfast every morning in some form or another. So let's move on to the day of eating. For breakfast, I had muesli with almond milk and chopped up Gala apple. Before church, I practiced the piano so that I could do well accompanying the singers during church today. And another look at my hair because I just really like how it turned out. After church, my son and I went on a walk where it was, of course, very windy. My son loves to find ladybugs. He carried this one with him for a good half block at least. And, of course, the obligatory hair blowing in my face shot. For lunch, I had rice, beans, queso, lettuce, pico, olives, light sour cream, crushed tortilla chips, and shredded cheese for a delicious taco salad left over from a couple nights ago. Dinner was chicken salad on a steak roll with Gouda cheese, roasted potatoes with ketchup, and jicama. A little later, I had a Green Magic chia squeeze. Because I still had plenty of calories left over, after the kids were in bed, I made myself this delicious chocolate mug cake. Okay, that is day 2 of this week. As far as food, I had a total of 1,845 calories with 58 grams of protein and 38 grams of fiber. Playing the music in church went well. Both groups sang very beautifully. I cried at one point because the music is just so beautiful. Went for a walk, had some delicious food. I took a nap at one point, which is always appreciated. And that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 3 of my week of eating. I'm not entirely convinced that I will do this again, or at least on a regular basis. Filming everything I eat every day, and it's only been 2 days. It's already kind of a lot, and then I have to edit everything into a video, and I have to worry about my Google storage, which gets really full every time I take a day's worth of videos, so I have to edit that into a clip and save that clip, and then delete all those videos so that I have room for more. Anyway, it's kind of a hassle. I'll see how I feel, and we'll go from there. Let's get on to the food for today. One of the ways I enjoy my oats in the morning is in a smoothie. So this is oats, mixed fruit, and protein and super greens powder with almond milk. I blended that up in my little magic bullet, and it turns into a thick, creamy smoothie milkshake sort of thing. It is a little bit grainy because of the oats, but it tastes really good. It's really hard to screw the top onto this bottle with only one hand, but there it is. This cat has no sense of personal space. And he really likes booty pats. You funny kitty. You a funny boy. Yeah. I might be a little obsessed with my cat. Am I obsessed? Yes. I wanted to do some sewing, so I took these two cute fabrics and made it into this cute little pouch. It has a key ring so you can hang it with your keys. It unbuttons, and that's the inside. I just thought it turned out really cute. I like making cute things. Lunch was a sandwich with homemade sourdough, cheese, lunch meat, and a tomato. I cooked it in the panini press. I tried to be all aesthetic about cutting it, but I'm just not a very aesthetic person. It didn't even have a cheese pull or anything. So that was disappointing, but the sandwich definitely was not. I walked to pick my son up from school, and of course, when I got out in the open, it was very windy, as usual. Should we get something like that for our yard? Yeah, that would be fun, huh? Dinner was a bowl of chicken soup. My husband made the base with a chicken carcass and carrots and onions, and I added the noodles, the peas, and the corn. I was still a bit hungry, so I followed the soup with a simple sandwich. Day 3 in the books. 1,446 calories, 93 grams of protein, and 15 grams of fiber. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Day 4. I think for the rest of this week, I am just going to do a little good morning, show the foods, sum it up, good night. I'm not gonna bother with all the other vlogging and everything because it's too much. And I can't guarantee, but this is probably gonna be a very rare occurrence where I do a long form everything I eat in a week. Yeah. Breakfast was very simple, a bowl of muesli with almond milk and a banana. For lunch, I had open-faced sandwiches with tuna, cheese, and pickles, and I made one of those viral TikTok cucumber salads. It turned out pretty good. For dinner, the kids made pasta with marinara sauce, olives, and mushrooms. Later, we went to an activity where I had banana cream pie. Good morning. It is day 5 of vlogging everything I eat in a week. I went shopping this morning and I bought some workout clothes so that I can start running. Thank you, Stanley. Yeah. Yeah, I bought leggings and sports bras, and As I mentioned in an earlier video, I already have shirts that I can wear and running shoes, and I have good socks for running in, because you don't outgrow those. Oh, there we go. Hello. So now basically the only thing that I need is to figure out when in my daily schedule I'm going to do my running. I think what I'm going to do is, so in the mornings I drop off my oldest son at work and my youngest son at school. So what I'm going to do, I think, what I'm going to try is get dressed in my running clothes and then drop them off and then go for a run. That feels like that'll work in my schedule. And we'll see how that goes. At first, it will be walking with small intervals of running in between. Hey, buddy. You're so cute. And I will just increase my running intervals and distances and whatnot as I get fitter. So yeah, that's something I'm excited about. So let's just get right on to the food for the day. Clearly I am loving having muesli for breakfast lately. This is muesli with almond milk and a chopped apple. Today being April Fool's, I made something that is becoming a bit of a tradition in our family, chocolate-covered Cheetos. So this is almond bark, and I decided to go a little crazy and use spicy dill Cheetos. I didn't know that was a flavor they make, and I don't know, I thought it would be fun. I also added cayenne pepper and crushed red pepper to the chocolate, so it's very spicy. Good thing my family likes spicy. They always have fun when I do this for April Fools. The good thing is, I don't find the Cheetos tempting, just the chocolate, so I snacked on some of this chocolate from the bowl, and the rest is for the kids. Okay, so tell me what your amazing sibling made for April Fools.
Onionade.
It looks like lemonade, but it's not.
Oh.
Somehow it's onionade.
It's got little bits of onion in it.
How did you make it? In the blender?
It's crunchy.
I tried making onion syrup by leaving onions and sugar in a container for a while, but I didn't have enough time for that.
For lunch, I had some leftover rice with pinto beans and topped it with light sour cream, shredded mozzarella, and chopped red bell pepper. Dinner was canned chili with 3 jalapeno poppers and baby carrots. For a sweet treat, I made this parfait kind of thing with strawberry non-fat Greek yogurt and strawberry sugar-free jello. It is day 6, and I am wearing my running clothes and my running shoes. I have dropped the boys off, and I am going to go for a run. A walk with running intervals. There, that's a little more accurate. Jogging intervals? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Before dropping the boys off, I did have a breakfast of muesli, almond milk, and bananas. And here I am showing off my amazing modeling skills in my new workout clothes. I didn't talk during most of my run because I could barely breathe, and it was really windy. 2 intervals and I'm already very, very winded. I am so out of shape. But I'm out here doing it, and that's the important thing. Clean and showered and feeling really good. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to go for a run today. Last night I was planning on it because, I just bought the running clothes and I knew when I was going to run during the day, and I really had no excuse. But starting something new for me is always scary. And even though I used to run, this is still new because since I was a runner, we did move to a different state, and and I don't have my path that I used to run. And I know most of my neighbors, and they are used to seeing me wearing skirts and dresses because that's what I wear, like, all the time. It's not like a religious thing or I have to be beautiful and feminine thing. It's literally because they are super comfortable and I don't like the way I look in pants. That's it. Anyway, so they haven't seen me in pants in ages, and I know that they're not going to judge or anything, but it's still awkward knowing that someone I know could be looking out the window at me walking or struggle running wearing leggings. And I know that sounds weird. It's a silly mental thing for me, but anyway, as I was deciding when I was getting dressed this morning if I should put on my running clothes or my regular clothes, I had the thought, I won't regret if I do go on a run. And that convinced me. Like, I knew, at least mentally, I had excuses not to run. Not super valid excuses, but I mean, in my mind, they were. And I didn't tell anyone that, okay, tomorrow I'm going on a run, or this morning I'm going on a run. I didn't tell anybody that I was going to, so nobody was going to judge if I didn't. But I knew that I have never regretted going on a run, no matter how I felt beforehand. So I did bite the bullet. I squeezed myself into the leggings and the sports bra, which was, I didn't try it on in the store, and it ended up being tighter than I anticipated, but that's good. That means as I get smaller, it will fit better. So yeah. And I did it. And I was right. I don't regret it. I feel a sense of relief, actually, because this first run is done and over with, and I did it. So it's accomplishment and, yeah, just relief. Like, oh, that's better. This is what I need to be doing, and it feels good to start doing it. This has been a good morning. And it's not over yet because it's only like 10 o'clock. I don't know what the rest of the day will be like, but this morning has been good. For lunch, my husband made these bizarre-looking fried pork dumplings. I had 2 of those. I also had a sweet potato topped with cinnamon and chocolate chips. I wanted to put it in the air fryer, but I had to leave soon to pick my son up from school. It's good I didn't put off running until this afternoon because the wind really picked up and it was really cold. And later, when I went to the store, it was actually snowing. So that was super fun. So I had to go shopping. I feel like this video is the video version of small talk. Yeah, I went for a run. Let's talk about the weather. Went shopping. Like, do you see that there is no visibility out there? Well, I mean, enough to drive, obviously, but you can't see anything past, you know, where you're driving. There's stuff out there, you just can't see it. So yeah, I went to Walmart. I had to get Easter candy because that's what we do. We do Easter eggs with candy in them, and everybody gets a chocolate bunny. If Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day are any indication, I will be just fine as far as not overindulging on Easter. So I'm not really concerned about the chocolates and the, what else did I get? Jelly beans. And I did get these adorable, like, miniature Peeps. We like Peeps in our family, and they're like individually wrapped miniature Peeps that you put in the Easter eggs. They are so cute. I had to get that. All right, I'm going to drive home in the snow, and then I have to go back out of the car to my house, but that shouldn't be too bad. It's not a super long walk from the driveway to the front door, you know. Okay. I got home and started making dinner when I realized I was very shaky. This happens when I think my blood sugar is low and I need to eat something right away when that happens. You can see I don't even care that my hand is getting covered in yogurt. I just need to eat something. So this is Greek yogurt, peach flavor, and I also had a boiled egg. And after a few minutes, I did start to feel better and the shaking went away. Dinner was sheet pan quesadillas with seasoned ground beef, cheese, and pinto beans. These turned out really good, but I had to run to a meeting right after I took them out of the oven, so I threw mine on a plate with some light sour cream and green tomatillo salsa and took them with me. And to finish off the night, I enjoyed a delicious black bean brownie. It is day 7, the last day of my week of vlogging everything I eat. Tomorrow I will weigh myself and then put everything together and post the video. So no running today. The only time I ever didn't leave at least a day between runs was when I was training for like a half marathon or a marathon. So yeah, I always leave time between my runs for recovery and stuff. At some point I will add some strength training on the days that I don't run, but for now I'm not worried about that. Just the eating and the walking and the running, and you know, I'm just doing baby steps, add a little at a time so that I can, you know, really form these healthy habits and make them maintainable. And yeah, if I try to do too much at once, I will crash and burn and end up giving up, and I don't want that. So yeah. Let's move on to the food. Breakfast was a bowl of muesli and almond milk, baby carrots, because who says you can't have carrots for breakfast, and 2 boiled eggs. please take a moment to appreciate my very elegant salt and pepper shakers. For lunch, I made a burrito using leftover chili, leftover pork, shredded cheese, and tomato. I folded it up and cooked it on the saucepan and ate it with 3 mini bell peppers. I am in a weird emotional, mental state right now. I don't even really know how to describe it. So, my family already had dinner. They did little individual French bread pizzas, and like, I don't care for French bread pizza. I don't know, something about putting the sauce on the cut face of bread that's already baked. I don't know. The textures, I don't like it. So I didn't get up and join them and make my own little pizza thing. But then that was like an hour and a half ago, and I still haven't gotten up and eaten anything. I feel like I don't want to eat anything, even though I know I should. Like, my stomach is telling me I'm hungry, and, I don't want to get all shaky like I did yesterday. That's not something that happens often, but, yeah, I need to stay within my calorie range by eating enough calories as well as not too many. So my body is telling me I need to eat, my brain is telling me I need to eat, but I can't find the motivation to, get into the kitchen and get something to eat. I'm also just like feeling restless and just weird. Mental health is hard when you have mental health issues. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to eat something. I'm going to make myself eat something. I don't know what it's going to be. I can't promise that it's going to be healthy. Maybe I'm not saying I'm going to go out of my way to eat something unhealthy, but just I don't know, and it's bothering me. I'm gonna do my best to get myself in my calorie range, which is between 1,500 and 2,000 calories. And we'll just see what happens and hope that this weird mental, emotional, whatever this is, goes away. It's not a completely new thing. I've experienced this kind of thing before, but it's not nearly as frequent as like when I get depressed and really down. I think this one is more related to the anxiety or something, but I don't know how to handle it. I haven't learned how to handle it yet, how to get out of it. So I just have to write it out, make myself do what I'm supposed to do, even when it's really hard and I just feel stuck, like I can't get up and do anything. Okay, the next clip should be dinner, hopefully. I ended up having cereal, not the healthiest choice, but not bad. I had 2 bowls of Cinnamon Toasters and a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios with almond milk. And obviously the cereal wasn't super filling, so later I went and had 2 pieces of buttered toast. And that was a full 7 days of vlogging everything that I eat. I wanted to update about last night. I was feeling very dysregulated. I can't pinpoint a specific trigger for it. Sometimes I can. This time I'm not sure. But I feel like I handled it as well as I could. I was able to bring my calories up to within the range that I'm shooting for. So I didn't just not eat. I didn't go in binge from being dysregulated. I was tempted to, but I didn't. And I even got in a little bit of protein and fiber with my meals. So I did as well as I could, and I'm okay with it. I'm feeling a lot better this morning, more regulated, and yeah, I'm glad that little bit of weirdness is over for now. I weighed myself this morning, and as a reminder, last week I weighed in at 247 pounds, and this morning I was 244.4 pounds. So in 1 week, that is a loss of 2.6 pounds. And over the entire course of my weight loss so far, which began February 9th, I am down 20.6 pounds. I am pleased with that. With that, I am going to go ahead and sign off for this video. I hope you enjoyed it or got something out of it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, there we go. Okay. 1 week ago, okay, hello. Am I not paying you enough attention? Should I tell you? Okay.